Okay, so now we are recording, and this is the next meeting for September 8th, 2025.
Merrily.
Oh, let's not jump ahead of our
Are the folks in the room, are you able to turn up volume at all? We can barely hear you.
Oh, well, that's narrowly. We'll try to speak louder too.
Okay, thank you.
Before we go any further, since attendance,
Is that better? Can you hear us better from there?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
okay,
Awesome.
good, Julie, we'll get to you in a minute. Since the attendance wasn't recorded on the tape or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatever it is, I just like to have Kirk quickly read the names of the neighborhoods that are represented.
So the neighborhoods represented tonight are Curtin Creek, East Fork Alliance, Northeast Hazeldale, North Fork, Pleasant Highlands, Prebstall, and Sunnyside, with West Hazeldale being a guest.
And just although it shouldn't matter, it's not enough. It's 7 neighborhoods, so it's not a quorum. Okay, so it looks like our one county partner here tonight is Julie, and we'd all like to hear what's happening over by the port.
Hey, hi, everybody. I've been out for several months. Isla knows I had a total knee replacement. And
that's fun.
it was a doozy. I mean, it was extremely hard. I had a really tough recovery.
Yeah.
I ended up having to have the manipulation done because I could not bend my knee. And but the good news is I'm doing so much better. And I think I made the right, for a while I thought I'd made a terrible choice getting the knee done, but it's good now. Things are much improved. But I missed a lot of work, almost out for 3 months, but it's nice to see everybody. Yeah. A couple of port updates. We have a big project going on right now. We're converting an area of the port to be able to handle soda ash. It will be a new commodity we'll be getting in next year. Very benign product. It's almost like baking soda. It's mined in what I believe it's Wyoming and comes by train, and it's used in all kinds of glass. So it will be an export. It's used in our computer screens, phone screens, and a ton of solar panels. So we're excited about it. It's a new commodity for us to handle. And keeping diverse commodities at your port is always a good thing, so you can weather sort of economic ups and downs. We are also, this is a cool thing, we've opened a maritime academy for high school students. And we have a little building that we've converted to a classroom. And we've been doing that with Cascade Tech Academy, which is affiliated with Evergreen Public Schools. And so the problem there is the kids haven't started yet. They're almost 2 weeks behind. So everybody's chomping at the bit to get the kids into the classroom and get once the strike is over. But we have 18 students in a morning session and 25 in an afternoon session. And we feel like this is a great way for us to really try to build that workforce of tomorrow in our industry. So we're excited about that. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, we're going to have a booth at the farmers market this Saturday, just talking about Terminal 1 in the public market. So if you're down there, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice weekend. If you're down at the farmers market, stop by and see us and say hi. We'll give you a Terminal 1 cookie. And so hope some people stop by. But it's great to see everybody. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Thanks for the time.
My usual question, how was the Subaru arrivals?
Yeah, Subaru's going fine. It's hard to tell, what the effect of tariffs might be. Our head of maritime says the one thing that markets hate is uncertainty. And so that's what a lot of what's happening with the tariffs. Are they on? Are they off? They're on, they're off.
Has there been any noticeable change in import volume?
No, none. So they're still just pouring in. we're pretty busy with Subaru right now, so hopefully,
Yeah.
so far so good. And whether they're passing that along, I'm sure they're passing it all along to
Of
consumers.
course they are.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for asking, Steve.
Sure.
Have a hand up.
Got a hand.
Hmm?
Got a hand.
Oh, yeah, Debbie. you had a
Yeah,
question?
I was just wondering, Julie, does that soda ash disperse into the air and is there any environmental issues with that?
Yeah, good question. All the cars come covered. They've got hard covers on them, so it can't blow out. Some products they also spray with they spray a product over the top that holds it in place, kind of like a hair. I'm going to call it a hairspray, but each of the cars is covered. So yeah, the soda ash, it can't really get wet, so it has to be covered as it arrives.
So,
Yeah,
but what happens after it gets here? Do you
Yeah.
ship it? Do you buy truck or what do you
It's
do?
it comes by train and it's unloaded and goes into a big dump pit, and then there's a system, actually it's a kind of conveyor belt system that puts it in a big warehouse, and it's stored there until a ship comes, and then it goes by this huge conveyor system over to a ship at the dock, and it'll go out by ship and go over to boy, I should find out what country it's going to. It's a high-tech product, so I'm sure it's going to an Asian market where it's made into those glass products.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good questions.
Okay. Any other questions for Julie? Okay, Marilee, do you have anything to?
I do not have anything tonight.
Okay. So I guess we're ready for. Oh, no, we're not.
Almost.
Almost. We need a secretary. And we'd be very grateful for any self-nominations or nominations of, excuse me, other members. And if we don't have any, I guess we'll have to postpone the secretary's election until the next.
Which we have to do anyway, because we don't have a quorum, but.
Right.
But we can do nominations, yeah.
Yeah, we could do nominations. Also mentioning that November is when we start discussing, when we discuss and vote on county employee of the year. So be thinking about county employees that you've interacted with during the past year that have done good things for you, and hopefully people we don't already know much about, because the whole purpose of the award we've been giving out is to widen not only the interaction between residents and county employees, but also to make sure that people who work very hard for us all during the year and don't get much, if any, recognition for it, have this chance to be noticed. So, Marilee has nomination forms. And if she doesn't have the opportunity to distribute them to all the neighborhoods, neighborhood leaders can request them from her. And she'll be happy to provide one, I'm quite sure.
Then we can all vote for Marilee.
Received the award.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is that,
And I send out a list of who's already received it. when I
Yeah.
send out
You
the
can't get it twice?
not,
Not. the-
only once in
Yeah.
5 years. Because again, the purpose is to increase recognition, wide recognition of county employees and their efforts. So, okay. So now we're gonna hear about the neighborhood traffic management program. Steve,
Yes. Hi, good evening, everybody.
floor and the
I have to share this.
screen and everything else are yours.
Everybody online. I think we're just gonna kind of sit here so that people online can see us and things. So
Sounds good.
I should bring that up, like, my name is Steve Gallup. I'm the, I work at the Transportation Division of Public Works. With me is Susan Poisner. She is in community planning, she's one of our transportation planners. Community planning. And so tonight, both of us are gonna present to you our neighborhood traffic management program, which I don't know if you recall, but we did come to you guys a few months ago. I want to say April 14th. We came with you to introduce the program to you. And since then, we have made a few more presentations to like community planning and so forth, and we'll talk about in our presentation, but also council, and council has adopted the program. So we want to give you an update on the program and kind of let you know the next steps and things that we're doing. So with that, I will turn it over to Susan to start us off.
Hi, thank you for having us back again. It's exciting to be here and to start rolling out this program where the neighborhoods can start working together to resolve some of the traffic issues that you're experiencing. So the NTMP, the Neighborhood Traffic Management Program, was, as Steve said, adopted by County Council on May 5th of this year. And so we have been working since that time to start rolling out the program. And so what we're gonna go over today, the agenda kind of went fast, but
Oh, did you want me to go back to the agenda?
yeah, so I will, I've gone over kind of the introduction to the neighborhood traffic management program, which if it's okay, I'd like to just refer to as NTMP. I know so many acronyms, but it's a mouthful. And then also we'll go over a little bit of the history and the background that brought us here, as well as kind of the efforts we have underway to hire some traffic engineering folks to really be the ones responsible for implementation of the program in the new year. And then we're going to go over some current tools and limitations we do have with the program. The process overview, like what does it look like if a neighborhood wants to submit a nomination or a request? What's the process that you'll go through? We'll share the form that will be online, and we'll also share what the criteria we're going to use to rank the requests for traffic calming. And then Steve's going to go over some examples of traffic calming measures. And then we have a slide on the programming support and implementation. So starting off, NTMP is a systemic program designed to meet some of the goals, objectives, and strategies in our comprehensive plan. And we're hoping to utilize this program to enhance neighborhood livability and safety. We would like to promote safe and comfortable conditions, provide a consistent, feasible, and manageable procedure for addressing the neighborhood traffic concerns, which is all going to be highlighted on our new webpage. We're going to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion as part of the decision-making on which projects will move forward. We will evaluate the residents' concerns and determine a holistic solution that will help resolve issues in identified problem areas. We don't want to create solutions that just move the issue down the road, so to speak. So how can we look at it from a holistic perspective? And then we'll coordinate with emergency service providers and CTRAN to ensure that we don't disrupt response times or service availability.
That's a
And as
lot.
we kind of talked about before, the traffic engineering team currently right now receives about 400 requests a year. And it's quite a bit of work for them to do, small team. Some of the tools that we have right now is we try to utilize sheriff's deputies as much as we can. We meet with them once a month to kind of go over some hot spots with them, and if they have a deputy in the area, sometimes they can do some enforcement for us. We have the speed feedback radar signs. There's an example one, a picture of one of underneath a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit sign. Probably seen those. They flash your speed as you go by, and those are pretty good traffic calming devices and some tools that we have available now as far as letting people know how fast they are and that they should slow down going too fast. And of course, we do speed studies, traffic volume studies and things. You may have seen some of the tubes that we have across the roads every once in a while. That's kind of counting the cars as well as just, lets us know how fast people are going and see what type of problem, how bad the problem is on that particular road. So we do have the ability to collect data and so forth.
So does the radar device serve as a traffic counter as well?
It can, yeah, it does collect that data, like
Okay.
speeds, traffic counts and things. So, yeah. And with that, we'll go next slide.
So, based on our presentation we did in April, you're probably familiar with one of the benefits of the NTMP and why we're moving forward. But essentially, when motorists are faced with difficult traffic in your neighborhood on the collector or the arterials, oftentimes their solution is to do cut through traffic. And that's a lot of what we're going to be dealing with. And that's a lot of what the 400 calls that Steve was talking about we've received are bringing to our attention. And so that's really in part why we came up with this program to help the neighborhoods. And next slide, please. So we have identified the overall process. So the residents can make requests of the county for specific areas that they would like some traffic calming assistance with. And then those requests are made in a formal application. And then the county will collect those requests. I believe it's going to be once a year. I think the request window is going to be about 6 weeks. Is that right? Is it 6 weeks? Yeah. Oh, okay.
First couple months of the year.
Yeah, and then we would move into the evaluation phase. And then the criteria we're going to use as part of the evaluation, we'll share with you on a slide. And then once we've evaluated and ranked the requests, then we move into the engagement process. And then finally, we will identify which projects will move forward in a given year. And we will begin doing the construction work to meet the needs. Next slide, please.
So we had these next couple slides we had before, I don't know if you remember, but this is just a list of traffic calming tools that are available to us to help in this program. This first one is just showing a picture of a traffic circle. I may have seen that in some neighborhoods. And go on next slide. I'm not gonna go through this complete list, but this is probably the biggest one. These speed humps, may have seen some of those. Seems like they really do a great job for us to slowing vehicles down, drivers down. It's those speed humps, traffic hum. Next slide. And then also we have these optical speed bars. We have these over on Northeast 88th Street right now. This is used as a cut through to get over to Home Depot, Costco area and stuff. A lot of people use it. So we've put these optical speed bars over there that makes it look like, you know, that we space them further apart as you first get into them and then make them closer together. So it appears like you're kind of driving faster because these optical speed bars are getting close together and things. And so we've actually found it's pretty effective that, you know, anywhere from 3 to 5 miles per hour lowers the speed, which is actually quite a bit. May not seem like it, but it is. So,
I have a question.
yeah,
What are some of the reasons why you would not want to put speed bumps in? Because to me that they're very effective in neighborhoods.
yeah. In neighborhoods, I wouldn't see why we would probably not put speed bumps in. Neighborhoods would be a good place for them. But on, you know, maybe more busier roads or higher speed roads, you know, we want to keep them on roads that we want speeds to be around 20 or 25 miles per hour. That's what they're designed for. So for lower speed and lower volume kind of roads. So. But on bus routes and emergency, you know, kind of more of the major higher volume roads and things, we really don't use speed bumps. There'll be other tools that we would use in that case. Like I said, this is kind of a list of some of the tools that are available to us, and I can go through all these. But anyway, can we go on the next slide? So as we kind of mentioned, this program is going to hire 2 full-time employees. So at the beginning of the year, this first year, we're going to be kind of going a little slow. We're going to be catching up. So we need we're hoping that we'll get you guys' patience as we try to get this program up and going. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out and try to hire 2 new employees. And they'll be, their job is to run this program. They'll be doing it full time. It will, of course, give us more capacity to come up with solutions and be more reactive, or excuse me, yeah, more reactive responses. So we are hoping that once we get these 2 new employees on board, that will help us to be more active out there and things to come up with solutions.
Right.
Yeah.
I would just like to add to that, you know, we're working while we're waiting to fill those positions so that when they come in, they can really hit the road running, so to speak. And so we're hoping, I got a soft commitment today that the website will be up by November 1st, because I know that's going to be a question for a lot of neighborhood associations, like when are we going to be able to start applying for these opportunities. So we're hoping that November 1st, the website will be up and running and you'll have the application on the website. We'll have a lot of information that guides the neighborhood associations into kind of what the path is in front of them. So hopefully that
So
will answer some questions.
yeah, so we're gonna proceed with the resources that we have now as best as we can until we do get these permit people. You guys, should we go on the next slide?
You've got.
Oh, yeah, Debbie,
Oh,
you had a question.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you have a map with a whole bunch of dots. Can you tell me what those dots
Oh.
represent?
yeah, so that's just a scatter map there showing kind of where we received requests in the past year or so. These are some of the areas that we received requests at, and as you can tell, most of the requests, they're more bunched up and more in the urban kind of area of the county. So that's all that's showing. Just kind of gives you an idea of where we receive requests like this. So it's all, yeah, but
Talking about requests, about 2 months ago, I called and talked to a young gentleman in your department about putting in a no unmuffled compression brakes not allowed on Padden. Because as they come down the hill off of 205 towards 94th, when they see a red light at 94th, they open those exits up on the exhaust and just blasts the neighborhood out. So he said, well, we got to have more people in your neighborhood complain about this. So I put up a notice on our website, saying that if this bothers you, please get a hold of these people. And I don't know who responded and who didn't, because they didn't send it back to me. But I haven't heard anything else about that.
I'll ask them to follow up with you.
Yeah, and I know that like on 80, is it 80, 78th, on 78th Street, as you're going up over 205 on the right-hand side, the south side, there is a sign that says unmuffled compression brakes prohibited. And there aren't any trucks go over there at all. So that sign is a waste of resources.
Maybe we can move it.
Yes, that would be great, dig it up, put it over on Padden, because in the morning, between about 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock, there's just a bunch of trucks going east. And then in the evening, again, between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock PM, there's a bunch of trucks going west. They've dropped things off over there. And I don't know about the ones going west, because they would be over in your
Sunset.
neighborhood. Yeah, but the ones coming down that hill, they're picking up speed as they come down the hill off of 205. And then they see that red light and so
I'll ask them to follow up with you. We go next slide.
Yep.
Got it? Okay, you're fast. So I just want to let you know kind of what we've done and where we're headed and things. So, of course, we did a work session earlier this year with council. We came to you guys, it looks like in May 14th there. And also we presented to the Plan Commission as well as Dee. Presented all to them our program, and then finally we went to council in May to get it adopted, and they adopted it and voted, approved it and everything. So we got the green light to start beginning next year in 2026. And as Susan is saying, we are kind of starting on stuff right now. First thing we're doing is, of course, meeting with you guys as well as neighborhoods. I think this week we're going to 2 neighborhood meetings. And I think next month also, and the month after that. So I think we've got a pretty busy schedule. Get this out to the neighborhood organizations. And then, of course, and then once we get the program going and stuff, we should be able to, we're gonna report annually to the council, county council. We'll report to them and let them know how we're doing and how the program's going and stuff. So this year is the application form that we're gonna be online. I'm not gonna go through everything here, but the kind of the main part, the first top part is the resident information or the neighborhood organization information. That's kind of the middle part. It's asking what neighborhood this is in. Asking, of course, the street, where to, how far, what are the boundaries of the street. And then at the bottom are the traffic issues. You can actually, there's a place you can mark off speeding, cut through. And then also there's going to be a place that you can actually write more information that you really want to write in there about the traffic complaint. So that's kind of how it's looking for now. Once we get this information, like I say, we're going to be kind of trying to improve the process as we go through it too. So once we get this information, then if we go on the next slide.
Actually, before you do that,
Okay.
a question. I assume this is only county roads we're talking about, not state roads and
That's
all. Is
correct.
that so?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that could be part of the form as well? It's because I know a lot of in mine would want to complain about
Okay.
SR 500,
Okay.
issues and
Yeah.
just
That's
to
maybe we should learn
to-
that.
yeah, just kind of cut down on the frustration levels and stuff like that. So, yeah,
We just assume.
Yes.
Well, no.
right.
Yeah, but
no,
people don't,
They don't.
first of all, they don't pay attention, and if they are paying attention,
Yeah,
it's not clear that,
yeah,
because sometimes a road will have more than one designation, and it's always the highest
well,
department in the
Yeah.
hierarchy that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's kind of this next thing I wanted to talk about. So this next form here is something that county staff is gonna be looking at. So we're gonna take this request and look at, of course, what the road is, and then we're gonna find out some data about this road. The first thing we're gonna look at is kind of the roadway description. What classification is this road? We're hoping that it's gonna be on a local residential road, or there's residential property where there's an issue that we have speeding versus more of an busier arterial collector type road. We already have kind of funds that we can do things on those busy roads. But this here is a program to help us address more issues on local
Okay.
roads. So that's what we want to, it's kind of this main reason for this program. Yes.
Are you familiar with 94th Avenue? Going from off Patton, heading up towards up north,
Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
okay? What is that designated? Is that a collector or is that, what is that?
I think that's a collector.
Okay. Can I tell you what our big problem with
Well,
it is, or do you know what it
I
is?
think I do know what it is, and I want to let you know, even though I said this program is really for local residential roads. We do also look at collector and arterials. But for collector and arterials, we really can't, per code, we really can't do traffic calming such as speed bumps,
Yeah,
things
right.
like that.
Yeah.
Especially if the speed is,
Yeah.
30 or 35 miles
Yeah.
per hour. We're not gonna put speed bumps on
Yeah.
roads like that. Yeah, we don't want people launching.
Yeah.
The
But we
problem,
have other tools like signage, striping, stuff that we can do. Speed feedback signs. We have other tools that we can do on arterial.
well, first, one of the big problems is when people come off Patton and turn north onto 94th, they immediately hit the gas. They're flying. They're going 40, 45 in the third, and there's 35. And what that does, it doesn't give residents on 86th Street the opportunity to make a left-hand turn onto 94th, because cars are coming at you so fast from Patton.
Mhm.
They're coming down 94th from they've turned off from say 88th and all that big housing development that's gone in the north of that area, all those cars coming down. There's nothing that allows, oh, and also we have the Bonaventure home. So you've got employees getting in that coming off Patton, getting on 94th, and then making a left turn. So you've got to wait. If I'm sitting there on 86 trying to go down to Patton on 94th, I've got to wait for everybody coming one way, everybody coming the other way, and also the people making the left-hand turns onto into Bonaventure, onto that aspect of the other half of 86th Street. Now, to make it even worse, we have the operations center going to go there, and they said they'll take about 200 trips a day. Not only that, we have two huge neighborhood some more homes going in nearby. One is up 88 and the other is right off 94th, where there'll be how many cottages were there? Marilee, do you remember?
It's over 100, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I think there's 90 some in one and 90 some in the other. So we're gonna add 90, 90, 180 and 200, close to 400 trips a day for people on 86, and I've made a count once. There's over 180, probably more now, homes that will have only one way to get from to get out of that neighborhood. There are two other ways, but versus because in past years, people voted, I guess 20 years ago, didn't want it happening. Well, it's past time. You're gonna have to do it.
Well, actually, about a couple months ago, we met with the city. And they told us about their operations center, about the traffic and stuff, so we're currently trying to figure out. What they're gonna be doing on 94, as well as some timing changes that we're gonna be doing to the traffic signal on Patton Parkway. So we know that backs up considerably at their
Yeah.
peak times of the day. And so we're working with the city, trying to figure out what we can do there. But that's a lot bigger solution, or bigger project than what I'm talking here.
Exactly.
And so,
But that's the only project that we're concerned about in
Yeah.
Sunnyside is
Yeah.
that, or that.
and
is
that,
one.
that,
The main
I have to approach that one a different way, which hopefully we're doing with the city versus this
Right.
program.
Would your jurisdiction include, say, a traffic circle near the operation center?
It could, yeah, we
Okay.
talked about that.
That's
roundabout.
probably one way, a roundabout. But that won't solve those people coming off Patton and going 50 past 86th Street, so we can't get out. If the cars are going moderately slow, you can pull out, but people are taking wild chances now.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be, someone's gonna get killed there pretty soon, because it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can sit there 2-3 minutes.
yeah.
Debbie Troop has a question too.
Debbie?
You're muted.
Yeah, I was trying to touch it and it went away. Hey, I was wondering if we could go through the presentation and then if there's time afterwards, because I really want to hear the whole program and I know it's only set for till 7:30. So I was hoping that we could hear the presentation and if there's questions, maybe ask them afterwards.
Okay. I am almost done here. The only thing I wanted to kind of show you here is, this is some of the criteria or some of the things that the county's gonna be looking at. We're gonna be looking at the classification of the road, we're gonna be looking at traffic volumes. We're gonna be looking at the surrounding area. Does it have sidewalks? Does it have bike lanes? Then we're gonna be looking, is there parks? Is there school close by? You look at that, and of course, the big thing we're gonna be looking at is speed. There has to be a problem. If there isn't a problem, we're not gonna do anything, of course, but if there is a problem, and our data shows that there's a problem, there's people speeding, then of course we can, that road would be eligible. So definitely look at that, and then of course, the other thing down at the bottom is crash history. That's another big thing that we're gonna have to look at too, is crash history. So we're gonna be looking at all this data and everything to make sure the road qualifies, first of all, to be in the program. So I think that's about it. What's the next slide? Yep.
Oh.
So,
Are the forms finalized at this point?
well, they're kind
close.
of draft.
Yeah, okay. So if we could get copies of those, I'd love to look at
Okay.
them and all.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yes.
So the presentation will be on a website.
Okay.
And the forms are in the presentation.
Yeah.
Would it be helpful if, when we go to the neighborhood, more neighborhood groups, to bring those forms?
Probably would be.
Or, okay. I mean, we could do that as long as, I mean, we'll tell them, this is work in progress here.
Right,
So.
But
but
they
it's
could
good
be-
for people to have at least a sense of what is gonna be available.
And
to
they
them.
could get started on, kind of evaluating those things as
Okay.
they're driving around, so. yeah.
Okay,
Okay, because North Fork was not on the list of the neighborhoods.
oh, okay,
It's a newer neighborhood.
maybe we should make that a note. And before tomorrow night. Put that there.
And I don't know if it says Philida on there, but it has to be Philida Community.
It
because-
says Flighty Community.
Excellent.
Okay, I looked at your website.
So North Fork, make sure it's a county road.
Yeah.
Sounds
Uh,
like,
And, yeah, so not city, not
Yeah.
state.
Right,
we'll try to make those changes
Yeah.
before tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Who we meet with tomorrow night?
Philida Community.
Like, okay,
And then, Northeast Hazel.
Northeast Hazeldale on Wednesday.
okay.
I know from experience, I avoid Paden because anytime I'm going east on Paden off of 94th, people pass me going 70 and 80 miles an hour. And it is scary. And even on 94th going north, which I now do, I go up 94th and then go over. People are going 50, on 94th. So the problem is our sheriff's department is just so understaffed. There's no way that they can go out there and give people tickets, and people know that. So they just ignore those speed signs.
94th is also problematic because of the way it jogs over and goes up 87.
Yeah.
So that basically destroys all hope of a reasonable traffic flow.
It also has, for some reason, it has a high peak kind of demand, especially in the morning. I
Right.
notice it
Yeah.
really backs up. I don't know if it's because of school or what's going on.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
it's
part of what
buses and-
happens is that I-205 gets really congested in, the area just below Salmon Creek,
Yeah,
especially at that time of the morning.
yeah.
We've got a request for you.
So
to
people-
Work as well.
Get off on Paden Parkway and start making their way down 87th and 94th, and
What's that?
people get off at 119th to avoid, or 78th to avoid Paden Parkway
Oh,
altogether,
okay,
and to avoid I-205 altogether.
yeah,
And so that just makes the flow even worse.
yeah.
One problem with Paden also is, well, every time, I've never gone from, let's say, Fred Meyer up 117th and then turn left on Paden without red light runners. I see them every single time. It's a very busy intersection. I would hope that, and that's of course a state road, so, but I would like to see some cameras, the cameras that take a picture and.
Red light running camera.
Yes, yes, because it happens at every intersection along Paden.
Is Paden a state road?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it's not
Yeah.
county.
We actually operate some of the traffic, the county actually operates some of the traffic signals for them.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's all their jurisdiction, and if we do make any changes, they have to approve it. So. Looks like we have a question online, Debbie.
yeah, Debbie.
Yeah, I was wondering if you would come to our meeting. It's on October 16th at 5:30 at the Three Creeks Library.
I'm sure we can.
Yeah, I think we're
Is that on the list already?
13, no,
No, I think I have Curtin Creek on the list, but not Pleasant Highlands.
so this.
But I will send you an invite.
Okay. We're gonna really lean on Mary Lee to get us to these meetings.
So that's okay, I got you, Debbie. And I got you too, Abby.
Okay.
Any other questions? We're almost out of time.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you much.
Yeah, it looks like you guys have made a lot of progress and it's looking
Yeah.
good, so, yeah,
We're excited to get
Yeah.
this going
yeah.
and get it running, and see how it works. We're
Excellent.
confident it's gonna do great things.
I have one more comment.
Yeah.
On 86th. It was an old country lane, I assume, at one point, because it's not very wide. But a lot of people now are parking on both sides of it, and as you approach an intersection. You cannot. An intersection, say of 98th or 96th, anyway, you can't see if cars are coming. Because there's a car parked there. And it's very, I don't think it's definitive about whether or not people should be parking on those. One thing that also happens is someone comes off 94th onto 86th. They turn right onto 86th and they park. And I thought, are you kidding me? I come around the corner and I'm supposed to dive into the other lane. There needs to be the painting or a red or yellow that tells there's no parking the first, so I don't know what
The curbs, yeah.
yeah. But they go right, come around the corner right there and stop. And I thought, wow.
I don't think 30 feet's enough, really.
Oh, not there.
Yeah, they.
Especially when they're
yeah,
coming-
there's stop sign
Yeah.
there, so they can't park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so far away
Yeah.
from the stop sign.
But that's another issue there, 86 and 94th.
Was there any questions in the comments? Mary?
Nope, I got them.
Got them, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Judy talk about 86 for a really long time, but I didn't realize how bad it was until we had a meeting out there.
Yeah.
She normally doesn't have her meetings off at 86, but we actually had a meeting at a church on 86. And I had to try to get out of there in the evening. And I just gave up and I turned right and went down,
Yeah.
and then I turned into someplace and then.
Now we have a roundabout there.
Yeah, and that's what I
Well,
did.
that's-
99.
You have to go
So
way
you
up
can
to
turn
the
around and go around.
And that's exactly what I did. I just
Yeah.
turned right, I went
Yeah.
up the roundabout and then came back around because I gave up waiting to try to make a left turn.
Oh.
It was just,
See?
so I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Every day, several times a day.
I do want to let you know that the city of Vancouver is very aware of their operations center, the impacts that it's gonna have.
Right.
They
were
came,
at-
that's what
they were
the
at the
meeting
meeting.
was. They
Okay.
came out to talk to the
and
neighborhood.
had
They got an
from a lot of
earful.
people.
That's what they told us.
Yeah.
met
They
with
got
us.
an earful.
Yeah,
I don't know if they understood when they decided to buy that property,
yeah,
that was such a major, traffic disaster.
yeah.
But I thank you very much. for
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's a hand.
Evie, Evie, Evie?
Evie.
Yeah, it's Evie. Thanks. It's okay. This might be a question for Marilee. Do we have a contact for either the state or the city to make traffic complaints or inquiries when they aren't county roads?
We have Travis to call for the city. And honestly, there is a contact, I believe, for the state road. But since they're working on that whole issue at exit 21 and SR, whatever that is, that connects to exit 21, I would just call Travis because Travis knows who to call.
Okay.
And he's the best person to call because he's the planner and he knows. And I believe that there's two different sections because you've got the one highway goes up to Merwin, the other one goes up to you guys. And
Right.
there's two different people that you talk to for those roads.
Right. So if it's the road that goes, because I think it is is it not a county road then, the one that runs up to on the Clark County side?
On the Clark County side that goes up to you guys, I
Yeah.
don't believe that is a county road.
Okay, that's a state road. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that road that goes up to the grist mill, is that a county road?
I'm totally lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So if you go
Yeah.
if you go out of Woodland and then you go over that little bridge and then you go up to the grist mill, is that?
It's
county
Hayes Road to Cedar Creek Road. It doesn't have an actual number. So I
Might
was
be
under the
county.
impression that was a county road,
Some
not
of
like,
Hayes Road is a county road.
Okay,
Okay.
No,
so some of it is a county road.
okay, so that some of that would be the county. Okay.
and I think the boundary is like right there somewhere. So that could be getting into Cowlitz County.
No, but it's Clark as soon as you hit that bridge
Yeah.
and it goes over, then that's.
The load.
Yeah, because anything south of the Lewis River is Clark.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's all us. So okay, thank you.
Good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you both. Thank you for all the times I'll be seeing you. in this-
Yeah.
Well, see you tomorrow night.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Marilee, I do have a question regarding the Curtin Creek meeting. Has Kim talked to you about making it a joint meeting with,
Just talked about having a joint meeting. The only question I have for you guys is, we need to figure out what we're gonna do about parking for that meeting.
well, it can't be at the Grange. If we have a lot of people come, after, when, you know, when 15 cars get in there.
There's
it's
no
full.
more parking.
Right,
Because
right.
there is only parking for like 20 cars, and so
Yeah.
there's not enough parking.
yes. Could we get a different venue? Like maybe the big church on the, what's the name of that one? The one behind, Bonaventure.
Oh, yeah, there,
They have a bit large congregation area, I believe.
yes.
You know the name of that?
Find out what the name of it is, and I'll find out if we can get it.
Which Grange is the one with not enough parking?
Barberton.
Oh, the
Barberton,
little
okay.
Barberton, yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
about
there's a neighbor that lives on the other side that
Yeah.
has problems with people that try to
Parking,
park in
yeah,
his,
yeah.
on his property. If the parking
Yeah.
lot gets full,
Yeah.
and so we don't wanna cause problems with the neighbor.
So what about Manor Grange, which is just a couple miles north, 179th Street?
I don't know.
So
What's it
Oh,
called?
yeah, cause you're
Manor.
a great
Vancouver
guy.
Church of Christ.
Oh, yeah, the Vancouver Church of Christ, right behind Bonaventure,
that's
It's
close.
right there. So there's Bonaventure. So it's on 86th.
yeah,
on
it's
86?
it's on the other side of 94th from where I live. Got to cross 90,
It's in Curtin
94th.
Creek,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll check on it.
Okay.
Is that where Jan has had her meetings?
no, not
Okay.
that I know of.
There's
Maybe
also
she
a
did.
Grange on North 20th.
They have a very large parking lot.
Which one does? Oh, yeah, the church does, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the other church where we had the sheriff last year sometime. Off let's see, let me check that.
The Methodist Church on Highway 99 would like a donation, but they're perfectly happy to let you use the gym or another assembly room.
You know, another church that's close by is the big Catholic church on the corner of
87th and
119.
119th.
Yeah,
87 and 119.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I know that the one that is off of the street that the new storage units, the green storage units, that new one that just got built, there's a church right behind there, Cross Point, I think it's called. They have said that they are open to post things. I don't know how big their parking lot
Is
is.
Cross Point the one where, I don't know, were you at the one where we had the sheriff?
I think Cross Point is where they have the sheriff.
Okay, there, that's another possibility because that's close in, and there's a big parking lot.
And he has actually contacted me with a willingness to want to work with the neighborhood, so.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
have you tried Glenview Community Church? It's on 119th, just east of 72nd Avenue.
Another one.
Hmm?
Yeah,
We
that's
got
another one.
several,
Yep.
Yeah, there's several.
and what was the other Grange called?
Manor Grange.
How big is their parking lot?
They probably get close to 40 cars anyway.
Well, that's better than 15 or 20.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
park kind of
40,
funky and
Glenview has a bigger
Barberton.
parking lot
Yeah,
than
they
that
do.
even.
people park funky in Barberton, then you get about.
Yeah,
15
there's
cars.
like 15 or 20 cars that can get in Barberton.
Yeah.
That's being a problem. Okay, well,
Okay.
we'll work this out and,
Before
we
we go,
have several weeks, so but we only got a couple weeks before I can get the postcard done, so
Yeah,
I'll work on this. Well, I'm not gonna be able to work on it the next couple of days, cause I got meetings for the next couple of days. I'll do it on Thursday though. And get back to you on Friday.
before we do roundtable, I'd like to give Glenn an opportunity to speak since he joined us after attendance and our partnership time. You have anything you'd like to discuss with the group, Glenn?
I don't at this point. However, I did want to, just listening at it, did want to thank staff for bringing this program forward I don't know if you're aware, but I think it was probably 2 years ago. They brought it forward to the council and the council shut it down. And so I'm just grateful that they persevered and pushed forward and came back to us again and pitched a program with some good changes and ways to make it work. So I'm looking forward to it being rolled out. And again, just thank all those involved in bringing it forward to us. That's all I have tonight.
Okay, very good.
Glenn, I have a question for you. And that
Sure.
is, yeah, what is your take on kind of where we are in the comp plan process? I know that, you know, we're supposedly like about the last 3 months or so. So what can you tell us about that?
The biggest thing that I would say is that we are waiting for a draft report on the agricultural land study, the resource land study.
Okay.
That will really determine everything. We're supposed to be done. I think the last we kind of looked at the schedule, it was supposed to be done by December 31st, but we're looking at, I think, about March or so for being done. If everything goes according to plan from this point, it could go potentially longer depending on what we see from the draft report on the agricultural land study.
So was the December 31st deadline extended?
It was not extended. We are just not going to make it.
Oh.
That's all there is to it. It's been a very
Okay.
clunky process.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. If
Yeah.
you guys are interested in hearing a little bit more next month, perhaps I'd be happy to fill you in, or we could bring probably some staff in to kind of give an update on that. But I don't want to take a lot of time. I know you guys are wrapping up.
Thank you for that.
You bet.
I think we would like to hear about it, though.
Yes, Glenn, as an interested resident, I would really love to see you pull that comp plan into NACC's agenda as soon as you can. Thank you.
Sure. And perhaps Mary Lee, could you maybe communicate with myself and with staff to figure out the best way to bring that next month if they do wish to do that?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. We have time for roundtable.
Woohoo!
And can you give me an idea of who has something to contribute? That's two. Judy, you haven't?
Question.
Three?
Okay, that's fine. That's
Okay.
good. That's
So,
4. Okay, 4.
Four.
Yeah.
okay, so for right now, let's try to keep it at 4 minutes each, and if we have some time,
Yeah.
we can, we have some time, we can circle around to people who have a little more to say.
Mine's actually fairly short, so if you don't mind, I would jump in that quickly. So Prebstle Neighborhood Association, Kirk Van Gelder, several of you know Alan Thomas, who's come to the meetings with us for over the last year or so, fairly regularly. Nice guy, he does our newspapers and all that. He was diagnosed in July, just after our July meeting, with a pretty bad case of leukemia. And so he went through a first round of stuff that was not successful. He's in a second round now. They give him about 50% chance of that working. So any thoughts and prayers for him would be helpful. He's back at home doing the outpatient stuff. And as he told me just this last week, when I asked how he was doing, that he's down to about 15% of energy level, which keeps him from going more than about 1.5 miles on his daily walks, which is just amazing to me. So anyway, so I thought that you all needed to know that.
How
Do you know what
spell
kind of
Alan?
leukemia?
Alan,
Or A-L-L-E-N?
I think it's A-E-N, I believe.
It's
It's
A-L-L-E-N,
E-N, yeah, okay.
You know what kind of leukemia?
T-H-O-M-A-S.
Yeah.
You want his address?
If you got it.
I will send it to you. I don't have it offhand, but I will
Okay.
send it to you.
Hey. Yeah,
Oh,
Great.
it take a minute. Every week when I'm coming home from shopping at Winco, we go into the fire department's parking lot there where the new Curtin Creek Park is. And I take 3 or 4 pictures and post it on our webpage, which is on Facebook, Curtin Creek NHA on Facebook. And I currently have about 200 followers on that. So people are very interested in what's happening out there, and I take some pictures of the activity and so forth. And
Yeah, lost the whole meeting.
Sounds like I can hear you,
Yeah, I think they're gonna maybe, let's
Maybe
see.
but I can't hear the meeting.
talk to them if they can see them.
Marilee, can you hear us at all? Because we can't hear any audio. Let me put something in the chat. Maybe she'll see it.
Yeah.
Let's see, I lost sound. You can hear
Her
each other.
battery ran out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll try not
Something.
to take it personally, right?
Yeah. She didn't want to hear from us.
Yeah,
Boy, I almost made it through the whole meeting.
yeah, right.
Glenn-
You did
Glenn-
well. How are you?
Glenn didn't hear either. He left.
Oh, yeah. See if I gotta hit it. It looks like, does it look like they're no, I just saw her move. I thought they were frozen, but they're moving.
Well, after what I went through in the July meeting, I wouldn't be surprised if they sent me off. It was awful, Julie. I'll send you a little bit of a transcript. You should read it.
Oh my God, yeah, I'd like
It
to
was
see that.
awful. It was absolutely awful.
Oh dear. Wow.
We'll do it privately.
Yeah.
Is that why we got the talk at the beginning of the meeting?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It seemed kind of odd.
Yeah, it just,
Yeah. Well, shoot. What are they?
Marilee doesn't seem to be scrambling to do anything.
Maybe if, yeah.
maybe they absolutely can't hear us and they think we're quiet. Can you believe
Yeah.
that?
No, they can. Marilee just said in the chat they can hear
Oh.
us.
Oh,
we
we
just
can
can't
hear you.
hear them.
Okay.
Okay.
She's
So
trying to fix,
important people get heard by one another.
she says,
She is trying to fix it.
oh, I think they're back.
Oh,
Sort of.
Are we back? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
okay.
Barely though. We might need to have the volume turned up again. Where did we leave off, everybody? Nope. Lost him again. No sound. Debbie, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Is that you, Marilee?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we've got you connected again. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Let me finish my answer to the question, which was, is there a place where we can get development notifications and all? Marilee can email you, or the county can email you a weekly report of this, everything that's active by neighborhood.
So that way it's really easy to see what's new, yeah, like stuff.
Oh, so Jim, are you not doing that, when I send that out?
I might have to double check the email, but yeah, no.
I might not have
On
your
Monday.
email address.
Monday.
Okay.
Okay, I'll,
Yeah.
is it,
I thought I put it on.
okay,
Okay.
if you have it on there, I
That's
will
an easy-
add you.
That's an easy thing.
That's a really easy fix, I will add you.
And, Debbie,
Oh, am I on? I was wondering, since we haven't had a quorum for, it seems like a long time, what are we gonna do about that? Because we can't do anything. We can't move forward on anything. We can't make any changes. We don't get any officers. Of course, right now we don't have any secretary, but I know the nominations, I think, are coming up in October. And then voting in November. I don't know what positions are open at that time, but what are we gonna do about a quorum?
we need to talk to people other than neighborhoods and personally invite them, yeah, back. And if we can, just do that.
Maybe if every person chose one neighborhood to, pick one, because that's a lot. We got. Yes, that's, yeah. Let's do
Yeah, that'd be nice, but that's the thing, we wanna have more people coming in.
Okay, and did everybody get the postcard that I sent out? You got a postcard that I sent out?
Yeah.
So if you do have time on Saturday and you wanna stop by or to Community Park, they will feed you. We are actually doing hot dogs and hamburgers, and people have signed up. We've got 28 people. We did something different, which if you guys wanna try it for yours, you can do it. Which, it's maple trees, religious group, and, we actually did free Eventbrite tickets. So the people signed up for a ticket, so then we know how many people are coming. And we can do that if you guys decide to do an event, we can do the same thing and set that up so that then you know. And when they sign up for tickets, it sends them an email reminder about the event. So it does two things. Number one, it gives you a head count, and number two, it sends them a reminder to come to the thing that they signed up for. So it is a good reminder. And we are going to have a beanbag class for the kids, a reading class for the kids, a scavenger hunt, and type.
Oh, Debbie, your name's, are you done?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gary?
Yeah, I've got a couple quick things. One is over the last couple of months, I've heard from residents that have had really frustrations trying to get through to code enforcement. And so I finally called code enforcement myself and had a conversation. Apparently, we only have 2 code enforcement officers in the county, and none of them are familiar with quarries, like our previous code enforcement officer who left. So basically, we don't have a quarry code enforcement officer. So apparently the quarries have caught on to that. And I don't know if East Fork Alliance has the only active quarry in the county. We have the most active, I'm sure, but that's been a problem for the residents. So I'll just put that out there. Glenn has left the call, so that was kind of going to be for his benefit. But that's something that's going to come up over and over. The second thing is, over the past, I don't know, year, many months, I've been asking about who is surveying and having projects in the county that the county doesn't seem to know anything about. We finally know who that is. It's Pacificor. And this may not be news to anybody, but that's what's been going on. They've sort of under the radar been pushing ahead with putting a line 80 miles through Clark County, cutting at least 100-foot swath through the county to run power lines from Swift Reservoir to Troutdale. And we've had one meeting on that. We overflowed the Battleground Library because there's a lot of interest and very animated interest in this because people are losing property value, trees, go on and on. So I just put that out there because that kind of closes the loop on those questions I've been asking over time. But also this may have and does affect neighborhood associations other than East Fork Alliance. So it's from Swift Reservoir south, basically down 212th Avenue, and it dodges over to the east for a while, then back to the west into Camas. We just all need to pay attention to that. And Pacific Corp came before the county, partly due to the vocal input from residents who are affected by this. In fact, we took Sue Marshall on a mini tour through some of the properties that are affected by this, so she could see firsthand why there's so much concern. And then the Pacific Corp representative came before the council. He was late. He didn't show up in person. We had a lot of people leave the meeting who had taken time off work to be there because they had to put other agenda items ahead of that. And then when he came on, he did like a 2-minute spiel basically saying, we have easements that we got 80 years ago, and those are ours. And we have a customer who has asked us to provide more power to Troutdale. And now it's mandatory that we do that. And it turns out that customer is a wholly owned subsidiary of theirs. So basically, they're making that up, that a customer asked them that. So anyway, this is an issue we should all be aware of. And it's probably going to play out over the next couple of years. Our next neighborhood meeting is probably going to focus entirely on that because that is the #1 issue for the neighborhood. And that'll probably be, I hope, a November meeting. And I'm hoping to have some representation there from the county. The residents put in some effort to come up with 15 or 20 good questions that were sent to the council, and the council sent those on to Pacific Corp. Pacific Corp declined to answer any of those. And I was on the call. It looked to me like the council kind of politely let him off the hook for that. I think we need to double down and get answers to those questions because they were good questions. So anyway, any of you in other neighborhood associations affected by these power lines, or if you don't know, you can reach out to me, and I'll be glad to hook you up with more information about that and maps. So I just wanted to put that out there because this has been an ongoing thing for months and months and months, and it's only going to get worse until we get some action to hopefully stop them from doing this through our county. So that's it. I probably talked too long.
Gary, when's your next meeting?
We don't have it scheduled yet, but I'm hoping to do one in November. I'm a little concerned because the last meeting we had, we packed out the Battleground Library by about 200%.
Wow.
So we might need a bigger place.
Skyview Auditorium is a good place for something.
Oh, you say that again?
Skyview High School, a good auditorium.
Oh, the high school? Okay. Okay.
So Gary, Prebstel's
very aware of that situation too. We talked about it in our last Tuesday.
Okay,
A lot of residents that obviously are concerned as well, so, yeah.
If-
Notify your, check with your, representatives, your state representatives. And, see what, how this happens. Or have them take some action, or at least listen to us.
Who owns the transmission lines, the specific own transmission lines?
Yeah, it's these that they want to put the print.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, yeah, and these. They want,
Because about 15 years ago, we had a very similar situation with PTO. They're currently, I think the 200 off Boulevard, that goes down east of I-5 by about a quarter mile. I wanted to supplement that with a 500 kilowatt line that was going to close. Well, it's going to go right down the middle of Pleasant Island. And cause all sorts of other major issues because of the radiation from the line. And first thing is that we managed to get a number of engineers from talk with the meeting. No problem getting people to come to the meeting. And there was enough of a protest that we totally managed to get EPA to abandon the alignment. And I think the 500 kilowatt. So it's important to make sure you know about any public interaction Pacific Core is having. And who, I would guess Public Works in the county, we contact them with that. Or find somebody in Public Works that you can talk to about it. And here's yeah. Well, the difference this time is it sounds like the corridor is pretty much in the east side of the town. So that gets us away from population centers and that sort of thing.
Or, there's lots of population along that line, a lot of that.
Anything else? Anything else?
The other thing I have is, it was brought up that the comp plan be considered for next month. Kind of topic, is that the will of the body to do that, or is it a better topic?
Okay. We will talk, yeah. We'll
Maybe
talk-
an update on the Pacific things?
It's a course.
Yeah, question is who would get to talk. I'm not trying to discourage it.
Yeah. What we need to do is we need to see where it's at in that process
Yeah,
currently and what the process looks
yeah,
like.
if you can send certainly the information you have on project, that would be helpful.
To who? It's hard to hear.
If you could send Kurt and me
Oh,
the information you have on the project, that will help us try to figure out who we can talk to either in the county or,
And the timing.
yeah.
okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to know because up until now, no one in the county, including Public Works, including the counselors, nobody has been aware of this project It was on, what was it, 2 months ago? In a work session where nobody could have any input. It came before the council for the first time. So maybe there is more awareness in the county now. I imagine probably in the attorney's office for one thing. I don't know if Public Works has anything to say about it really, because Pacificor's position is basically, those are our easements. We're going to exercise them. We're going to put in the lines. And it's not a Public Works project. It's a Pacificor project. So, but it'd be interesting to know if that's changed since the council has finally been brought into it. So,
Because there are probably county or at least state permits that are involved. Right, permits still need to happen. Yeah.
okay,
And process is still have to happen.
okay,
If they have the
Yeah.
easement, one piece of it, they're gonna have to get permission and plans that go through that.
yeah, well, hopefully.
Gary,
There'll be some
Check
public
the
hearing.
chat before you go away.
What?
Gary, would you check the chat before you go away?
Oh. Okay,
Yeah, I just, you can suggest it, I know a lot of you in the community is aware of this, and it's because
Check.
meeting the person have, so you have to use, that brought it forward, with something that is very accurate, and that is bringing awareness about this project. It impacts mostly your two neighborhoods of Susanna and Cecil. Honestly, it's gonna take a lot of effort to get the people that you wanna get in the community to talk. I would suggest one meeting, especially if you're trying to get legislators and you're trying to get county to get one meeting, centrally located so that all of these people can go. It shouldn't be a NAC meeting, it used to be so regular. I'm willing to help gather those folks together. So maybe Jim, Gary, Kurt, and then whoever is the new student.
Yeah.
I can go back to the notes, and whoever the person was that is getting all that together, maybe get us some Steve's call or Dean's call and figure out who we need to get together, and then you can pick a venue that is reasonable at free cost and get together a 200 people meeting. And rally the street. Make it so that everybody can come. We might be able to get the battle in the community center, because it's a community meeting, right? But that's the only thing. That'd have the biggest part of my community event. You might be able to get it for free or low cost. Within charges everybody.
It's also an issue for that.
So I might be able to do some persuasive
Yeah.
process.
Especially if we did it.
Right, so I'll see what I can do with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
thank you.
There's nothing
Amy?
else? You good? Nothing else.
All in favor? Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. 8:02. Really, you need help putting this table back.
Yes, please. Hey. Where's that go?
They kind of go to, on to these other.